Hey, awesomes. All right, so we're back to talk a little bit about Project 2. I decided just to go ahead and record it right now for you by way of friendly reminder. We've got these, we're kind of started to break this, excuse me, project down by sections. The introduction, and we had the preparation, and we had working conditions and maintenance. And then we're going to discuss the current controversies and how people in that field or in your passion communicate with one another, right? And then advice, and then kind of wrap it up with a conclusion. And so, one of the links that I had shared with you, this has been a couple of weeks ago now, is this Project 2 MLA outline. And so I just wanted to show this to you here. So you've got the MLA formatting here, and then each one of the sections I put right in here for your introduction, what goes in the profile section, your preparation. This is where you'll address this particular subheading and talk about the things that you would need, what kind of things might come into play to help you prepare for getting into this field, right? Pursuing your passion. Working condition. What does a day in the life of this look like? So, Abby's still with me. Maintenance. How do you? Are there professional memberships? Are there conferences you should attend? Is there continuing education? And then when we talked about controversies, being more like maybe like issues, things that are hot topics that are being discussed right now. Discuss a few of those. And then we've got the communication practices. What kind of things? How are professionals, those involved in your field, how are they communicating with one another? What are two examples? So we'd have two artifacts that you would attach this or an example of. And then what advice would you give to those interested in pursuing this field? All right, getting into this now that you've learned what you've learned. This where you just get a chance to kind of say, here's what based on what I've just read, here's what maybe here, the advice I'm going to give you is what I'm going to be thinking about doing, right? Because we're in year one, right? In most of our cases. So this project also kind of acts as almost like a guide, a list of things to be thinking about. Okay, so I know the job's going to look like this. I know the job's going to require this. I know this field. I know this career. I know this passion that I'm pursuing is going to need me to be prepared to do X, Y, and Z. So maybe I need to think about doing some internships, or I need to do some field work, or some volunteering, or whatever the case may be. And then this is where the conclusion. Just kind of say why should anyone care, right? And people, and by and large, most people should care about this because any profession that you're passionate about that you have pursued, it's good to understand about that field and understand what someone goes through to prepare to get into that field, and maybe what some advice, right? Someone interested in the field would maybe be really interested in hearing your advice, especially now that you've done all this research, right? And so recall too, when it comes to research, there were, aside from the artifacts, maybe just a couple of resources that we might include. And so, maybe two or three. It doesn't need to, you don't need to have 47 or anything like that. So your artifacts will help act as a lot of those anyway. All right, guys, I guess I'm still kind of getting over this thing. But anyway, that's kind of a brief overview again. And I think I've touched on this writing in your field assignment before, but please feel free to download and use that, the Project 2 MLA guide. It's got the headings and stuff, and then you just insert your paragraphs in each one of those subheadings, and then you'll be good. So be working on that. And then I'll be back, excuse me, and touch base with you soon. All right, guys. Good to talk to you. Good to see you again. I'll be back soon. Have a great week. Until then, stay safe and stay awesome. Bye now.